Hi, Room 301. This is Mrs. Dawes. I have been missing each of you and thinking about you. I hope that you're all well. I wish I could call you to the rug to explain what we're going to be doing for Readers Workshop this week, but I can't. So I'm going to call you all to my PowerPoint. I wanted to give you some examples about, of what you're doing so you feel really supported. So let me show you. I created a teaching point just so we can all be on the same page. In order to organize research, readers reflect on their big idea, their topic, and review their research to determine 3 subtopics that support their big idea. So your task this week is to reflect on your topic, review your research, and organize it into 3 subtopics. Writers often do this. We just did organizing into 3 subtopics with our opinion writing. Remember, we came up with our 3 supporting reasons. You do this in a lot of your writing, and you're going to be doing it with your colonial work. But I want to talk about and remind you about some of the things that are important when you think of your subtopics. So remember, what are 3 ideas or reasons that all support my main idea? Your 3 subtopics need to go back to the bigger idea that you're talking about. And remember, your reasons need to be broad enough to write a whole paragraph, but narrow enough to fit as a supporting point for your main idea. So you're trying to find the right size for your subtopics too. And I want to model what that looks like. So I put up an example. Let's look at it together. Let's say my topic is schools. We looked at some of these, all these different topics as a group. If I picked schools and I picked the topic idea, as the colonies started growing, they developed schools, which were different than schools today. I made a bullet point list of some of the things I found in my research that helped shape my topic sentence. And they all are ideas that go toward that. Let's look at them together. In some cases, only boys went to school. Many children did not go to school. Schools in some colonies were based on religion. Children learned Latin. Memorizing was very important. Discipline was different. So all of these talk about the differences between schools then and now. So they all go with my main point. But the size of some of these subtopics don't really match. So I want to look through and see if I can form 3 solid subtopics out of this. So let's look at my first 2. In some cases, only boys went to school. Well, I could write a couple sentences about that. But my second bullet point, many children did not go to school, that kind of includes my first idea. And I feel like I could write a good solid paragraph about that. So I might talk about who went to school as my first idea. My third point here, schools in some colonies were based on religion. That seems like about the same size as who went to school. So I feel like if I made that a second subtopic, I could write a paragraph about that. And let's look at my last 3. Children learned Latin. That's a pretty small idea. I mean, definitely we don't all learn Latin now, so it's a difference. It goes with my main idea, but I can't write a whole paragraph about that. Memorizing was very important. Well, we definitely do less memorizing today, but that's also a small idea. Discipline was different. Wonder if there's a way I can combine all 3 of these. I feel like all 3 of these talk about the way students learn and that it seems different than today. So here's what I might come up with. My 3 subtopics might be that not all children went to school, religion played a role in many schools, and the way students learned was very different. And I could write a paragraph about each of those. I want to show you how I could be a student who has the same topic, and even with the same topic sentence, I could come up with 3 different subtopics. So I was looking back at my research and I noticed that I learned about New England colony schools, middle colony schools, and then southern colony schools. So in my notes, they are very organized by region. And each regional area had different school issues that were all different from today. So I could make each of those a subtopic and talk about how New England colony schools were different, how middle colony schools were different, and how southern colony schools were different. All right, let's look at one more topic. I want to practice this together. So let's take New England economy. Do you remember that topic that we researched? Let's say I came up with the topic idea that the resources of the New England colony helped their economy grow and develop. So I wrote 5 points that all support that main idea. Let's look at them. Fishing and lumber were major resources. Whaling was important. New England became an exporter of cod, fish. New England exported lumber. They hunted whales because they provided lamp oil. I want you to pretend you have a rug partner. Pause the video when you get to this. Look at these 5 and see what you would make out of these 5. What would you make your 3 subtopics? And then when you're pause it and when you're ready, you can unpause and go to my next slide. Okay, so I took New England economy and I made it into 3 topics. The abundance of fish helped their economy. They exported lumber from their forests, and whales from the ocean became a big resource. Basically, if you'll notice, I broke it into fish, lumber, and whales. If I look back at my slide, fishing and lumber were major resources. That's pretty big. I could break that into 2 paragraphs. Whaling was important would probably be about as big as a paragraph about fishing or a paragraph about lumber. And all 3 of those are resources from that area that helped their economy grow and develop. So they all support my main idea. The next 3 become different ways that I could write that. So I just kind of combined my ideas and I broke some up to make 3 that were about the same. They felt like about the same size of an idea. All right, your subtopics could also be reasons. Maybe your topic is about an event. So you could talk about 3 main reasons your event occurred. Maybe your topic is about a relationship between groups of people, and you could talk about 3 things that happened during that relationship. So it's all going to depend on what your topic and your topic idea is. You are going to think about your subtopics. You're going to use the Google Doc that we've provided. You're going to write your topic in, and then you're going to put in your subtopics. Mrs. Julie and I are going to take a look at those, and we're going to give you feedback, and we might ask you some questions to make sure that you feel you can write a good paragraph about each of those. Then your last step for this week is going to be to plug in your research into that Google Doc by subtopic. So you're going to organize your research to make sure that you have enough research for 3 solid ideas. So that's going to be the scope of your week. Good luck, readers. If you have any questions, please reach out and we can reply.